This was, like I was saying, like in a lot of ways, it was structured by the family to a great extent, because they said you can film this event, this event, this event, and this event. But I think what came through in the edit, and that I'm seeing here, is trying to find that little bit of space where you see Jordan's inner life. And I didn't know that when I was filming that Jordan was the primary character. That wasn't determined until like year 3 of shooting. So in some ways in the edit room, they're like grabbing whatever little, holding whatever moment that they can that says, here's her inner life. And I believe the decision to bring in her like diary cam came in the last year, where they said, like, we've got this generalist portrait of this family, but it's not going far enough. And where we want to go is into the interiority of this young woman, right? So, I mean, that happens a lot with filmmaking, and I think a lot of third semester people are like, I shot all summer and I don't have a film, is probably how you're feeling, right? I would imagine, unless some of you are working in another medium besides documentary. But that's what happens with a documentary film, is that you have a great idea, you go in, you get great access, you start filming, and then you look at your material and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have a film.
So you kind of pick one character and try to have a character arc?
Well, you know, I mean, you can have an idea. Like, this was an idea, right, that they cared about. There is this conservative America that cares about this crazy issue of virginity. Why? What's that about? How does that collide with American politics? That was like the idea. Then they found this family, and then they got, you know, like trying to figure out, like, well, what can we show? What will this family let us show of them? How do we make this a film that isn't just a promotional piece for the family? So it's sort of like every step of the way, your idea is readjusting, and it will readjust all the way through the edit room, basically. And structure, you know, as we've talked about before, as a camera person, as a director, you're doing your level best to think of structure from the beginning, and you're trying to think of all the themes that exist. But the fact is, you don't understand the situation yet. You might have ideas about it, but you actually don't understand it, and you actually don't know those people. So that's where your openness has to stay just like cracked as wide open as possible.